Every story has a beginning, but only a few are given the honor of a grand farewell. The camera rises slowly above the rolling English countryside. Mist drifts across the green fields. The faint outline of Downton Abbey begins to appear in the distance. Its towers reach toward the sky, bathed in the pale gold of early morning. The music is soft, almost like a whisper of memory, calling the audience back into a world they once knew so well. The Abbey stands proud, timeless, but there's a heaviness in the air, as if the house itself knows that the end is near. The screen is almost empty at first, just the faint sound of strings on a single violin, slow and haunting. Then, through the mist, we see it. The grand estate of Downton Abbey. The shot lingers on the stone walls and tall windows before sweeping across the gardens, where morning dew sparkles like jewels. The camera glides over the path leading to the great front doors, and for a moment, the world seems still. A deep, steady voice enters, calm but full of gravity. Every story must find its end. These words echo across the vast halls, as if spoken by the Abbey itself. The visuals shift to the interior. The grand staircase, bathed in gentle light, polished banisters gleaming. The dining room is set, silverware shining, candles waiting to be lit. These familiar spaces feel unchanged, yet heavy with silence. The camera pauses on portraits of ancestors, their painted eyes watching, keeping secrets of centuries past. The music begins to grow, adding cellos beneath the violin, filling the silence with a sense of solemn majesty. We see fleeting images of the family. Lady Mary gazing out a window, Lord Grantham adjusting his coat with quiet pride. Servants moving silently through corridors, each step measured and careful. Their presence is almost ghostly, reminders of countless dinners, arguments, and celebrations that have filled these rooms. The voiceover returns, this time softer, tinged with emotion. For generations, this house has been more than stone and glass. It has been a home, a witness to love, loss, and life itself. The visuals expand outward again, sweeping back over the estate. The sun is higher now, light spilling across the gardens. Birds take flight, their wings breaking the stillness. Yet beneath the beauty, the music carries a quiet ache. The sense that this world is preparing for a goodbye. This opening sequence doesn't rush. It breathes. It allows the audience to feel the weight of history, the grandeur of the Abbey, and the bittersweet knowledge that every tradition, no matter how strong, must someday face its final chapter. The screen fades from the golden sunrise over Downton into a warm glow of candlelight. The flicker of flames dances across polished silver, the sound of laughter faintly echoing in the background as if pulled from memory. We are not watching the present. We are walking through time. For years, Downton has stood as a witness. The narrator's voice begins, low and reverent, to moments that shaped not just a family, but an era. The visuals unfold in a dreamlike sequence. We glimpse Lady Sybil radiant in her wedding dress, her smile frozen in time. The camera lingers, then shifts to the great hall filled with music. The family dancing as chandeliers sparkle overhead. Cut quickly to the kitchens, alive with energy. Mrs. Patmore calling out orders, Daisy rushing with trays, the sound of clattering pans grounding the magic with reality. These are fragments of memory stitched together, carried like treasures in the walls of the Abbey itself. The music swells, introducing a familiar piano theme. Gentle, nostalgic, instantly pulling the audience back into the heart of the story. Over this, the narrator continues. Downton is not simply stone and tradition. It has held the tears of sorrow and the laughter of joy. It has carried the weight of war and the hope of peace. Every love declared, every secret whispered, still lingers within these walls. Now the pace quickens. A letter is sealed with trembling hands. A soldier's boots march away into the distance. A child runs down the grand staircase, her laughter echoing. The juxtaposition of joy and pain, hope and despair, creates a rhythm that mirrors life itself. We are not watching simple flashbacks. We are being reminded that this estate has been more than a backdrop. It has been a character, a heartbeat, a silent witness to everything. The screen fades to a long shot of the dining table, stretching endlessly, plates set as if waiting for guests who will never return. The music pauses, leaving only silence. And in that silence, the voiceover whispers, "What is a legacy, if not the memories we leave behind?" Then the orchestra rises again, strings layered with a quiet choir, carrying us from memory back toward the present. The Abbey comes back into focus, strong and steady, as if promising that while people may pass, the story they built here will live forever. The music shifts. Gone are the soft violins and gentle piano. A deep drum beat begins, slow but heavy, like the sound of a heart under strain. The camera moves quickly now, a door slamming shut, a letter dropped onto a desk, the wax seal cracked open with urgency. The golden calm of nostalgia has been replaced by shadows creeping through the halls. The narrator's voice sharpens, but no legacy stands without challenge, and no family without sacrifice. We see Lady Mary standing firm, her jaw set as voices rise around her. Words are exchanged, too quick to fully catch, but their weight is clear. Decisions must be made, and not everyone will agree. Downstairs, the servants huddle in whispers, their faces tense. A footman rushes down the corridor with an urgent message. The Abbey, once calm and steady, now feels alive with tension. The camera cuts to candlelit arguments in the study, a hand striking the table in frustration. Then, silence, followed by a soft gasp as Lady Edith steps forward, her expression torn between duty and desire. The music grows sharper, violins racing, pulling us into a storm of emotion. "The world is changing," the voiceover declares, heavy with warning, and Downton must change with it, or risk losing everything. Quick flashes. The arrival of strangers at the grand entrance, eyes filled with curiosity and judgment. A heated debate in the dining room. A young couple holding hands in secret behind the stables. Lord Grantham looking out over the grounds, his face carrying the weight of a decision that could alter the Abbey's fate. The visuals grow faster, each image shorter than the last. Raised voices, tears, embraces. The clinking of a glass, signaling both a toast and a farewell. Shadows of war, hints of loss, glimpses of hope. The Abbey itself seems to tremble under the weight of time, its stone walls lit by storm clouds gathering overhead. The section ends with the camera pulling back to reveal the estate from a distance. Thunder rumbles in the sky above it, and the narrator whispers, "The fight for the future has begun." The storm that rumbled in the distance now breaks. Lightning flashes across the screen, illuminating Downton in stark silver light. The music erupts. No longer gentle, no longer tense, but soaring with full orchestral force. Strings race, horns blast, and a choir rises like a tide. We are no longer in whispers of memory or shadows of conflict. We are in the storm of fate. The visuals rush forward. The great ballroom glitters as guests waltz under chandeliers, their smiles hiding quiet fears. The servants below prepare grand meals, but their eyes flicker with worry. In the chapel, vows are exchanged, hands trembling as love is sworn in the face of uncertainty. Just as quickly, the screen cuts to soldiers in uniform, footsteps echoing, farewells whispered in hallways heavy with grief. Life and death, joy and sorrow, all colliding in one final blaze. The narrator's voice carries above the swell of music. Every moment has led to this, every choice, every loss, every triumph. We see Lady Mary's tears caught in candlelight, Edith's proud smile through breaking emotion, Lord Grantham standing tall though his shoulders bend with age. A young child runs laughing through the corridor, and for a fleeting second, the Abbey is alive with hope. But then the doors close, the sound echoing like an ending chapter. The pace slows, the orchestra holding on one long, powerful note. The Abbey appears at dusk, its windows glowing warmly against the darkening sky, as if the house itself refuses to surrender. The voiceover drops to a whisper, soft but resolute. An ending that will be remembered for all time. the storm of sound falls away. For a heartbeat, there is silence, the kind that makes the audience lean in, holding their breath. Out of the quiet, a single piano note rings out. The screen is black. Then slowly, light begins to return. Downton Abbey emerges one last time, not in daylight, not in storm, but in the golden hush of twilight. The estate glows warmly from within, its windows alive with soft light, as if every story told here is gathered and burning gently in its heart. The camera drifts closer, gliding through the gardens, past the tall oaks, until it settles on the great front doors. They open slowly, but no figure steps through. Instead, the house itself stands as the final character, timeless, dignified, unbroken. The music rises again, not loud, but noble, a hymn of farewell. Violins sigh, a choir hums beneath, and a single trumpet lifts the melody like a beacon. Across this soundscape, the narrator speaks for the last time, the voice steady and full of reverence. This September, the story we have cherished will find its grand conclusion. On the screen, the words form in bold, gleaming gold letters. The black screen lingers, a hush so complete it feels almost sacred. Then, a soft chime, the same bell that once rang through the Abbey's halls to summon family and servants alike. It tolls just once, and in its echo, an image flickers back to life. We see the Abbey not in grandeur or storm, but as a memory. A child's laughter drifts faintly, layered over ghostly images. Lady Sybil's smile, Carson standing tall with unshakable duty, Violet's sharp eyes glittering with wit. These are not full scenes, only glimpses, like photographs caught in the flicker of candlelight. The music is gentle now, stripped of choirs and trumpets. A single violin carries the melody, fragile and aching. The camera glides over empty corridors, polished floors, chairs tucked neatly under the long dining table. The Abbey is still, yet alive with whispers of all it has held. The narrator speaks one final time, softer than ever before, almost like a farewell whispered into the wind. Downton Abbey will always live, not in stone, not in silver, but in the hearts of those who remember. The last image holds on the estate from a great distance. Night has fully fallen, and only a few windows glow faintly, like embers in the dark. Slowly, the light fades until only the outline of the house remains against the night sky. Then, even that disappears, leaving nothing but black. A pause. Silence. And then, in the very last breath, the faintest swell of the Abbey's theme returns. Just a fragment, almost too soft to catch, before fading forever. The silence is deep, almost eternal. Then, a slow swell of sound rises. Not thunderous, not mournful, but dignified. A choir hums low, joined by a single piano echoing the first notes of the iconic theme. This is not the sound of beginning or battle. This is the sound of farewell. The screen glows faintly, and for the first time, words appear without imagery. Every era must end. Beneath it, another line fades in, glowing with solemn weight. Every legacy must live on. The letters dissolve into darkness. In their place, one final vision emerges. The family gathered on the Abbey's steps, servants just behind them, the estate towering proudly overhead. No words are spoken, no movement breaks the stillness. It is a living portrait, the final image of a world we have loved. The camera pulls back, further and further, until the Abbey becomes a silhouette against the night sky. Stars glimmer faintly, as if the universe itself has come to bear witness. The music holds, every note stretched, aching, luminous, then releases in one last flourish of violins. On screen, the golden title returns for the last time,